pagi. Here in Bali, in Bahasa, we say selamat pagi. So welcome. Let's take a nice big deep breath and ground together. As you know, these Transformational Tuesdays, what we're going to do is tap into the collective field. Feel that collective movement happening with all of us, bringing the intention here to a whole. I'm Sitara Faye. I'm so thankful, so happy to be here with you today. So let's go ahead and start with the prayer. As we call in divine truth and love into the sacred space, we invoke the highest possible healing for each and every viewer, replayer, and myself. We ask for the courage and compassion to speak and to hear from the purest form of self-love and forgiveness to all involved. Beautiful. So as we're recording this, we're just finishing up Mercury Retrograde. We still have that post-shadow phase that we are going through, and what I have experienced as a theme that I wanted to share with you is a cycle of closures and completions. It feels, especially after that eclipse window, that a lot was brought up, a lot of movement started happening energetically and emotionally. And as you know, places are starting to open up, people are moving around a lot more. It's really important that we take a pause to notice what is being completed. What cycles are not moving forward with us? What cycles are ending where we are leaving them behind? And when we end those cycles, there's something really important that happens, and the cycle that needs to just kind of shift through and move. It's very important for us to focus on and give some time to grieve, to let go of. This is why. When these circumstances happen, life circumstances, just in general, you get to a cycle of where you're closer and closer and closer and closer to the end. And so when you're closer and closer and closer to the end, if you just kind of just stop there and fizzle out a little bit, and then you jump into the next thing, there's this whole little gap. And what will happen is with that gap, without intentionally finishing things. Now, I was born and raised in the United States, good old USA, and we kind of dipped out on rituals. we stopped ceremonies and we stopped rituals. Like, we have birthday parties and we celebrate holidays, and okay, we'll graduate and have a graduation ceremony for the big ones. But ceremonies and rituals, even around the small or simple things that are going on in our life, and it can even be as simple as this: you make a decision, and that decision in and of itself is going to shift a new trajectory, and that new trajectory is going to start something brand new. And so when that new trajectory starts something brand new, it's really important to pay attention and notice what is going to fall away. And it's very possible that you can just move on, move forward, move through, and whatever it is that's falling away will just fall away. Yes, that's possible. That can happen. But what we want to look at is how we acknowledge those parts of us that are being released. Otherwise, it's very easy to just carry a residual energy with us all the way through life, which is keeping these stored memories or stored resentments or stored whatever it is. The energy and the memories, they start to get stale and will just hold space inside of your body that doesn't allow the new to come in. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about making space and room in those places. So paying attention to the closures and completions is going to be so important this week. So with that, I'd love to share a light prayer with you so that we can really tune into that for yourself and honoring, kind of digging in a little bit deeper. And we can go into anything that has, it's like anytime you like keep the door a little bit open. I used to be terrible at this in my 20s. All of my exes had a maybe, possibly, maybe that could work again. And what it is it's leaky energy. It's leaky energy. So we want to make sure that we're clearing these things up. So that's the intention of this light prayer here, is to clear up any leaky energy that's going on in your field so that we can move forward together and we can move forward very clearly. And I would be surprised if you don't have an experience of bright new energy coming into your week, especially after this call. And you can come back and listen to the light language portion as many times as you feel, because it will continue to keep working. All right, so let's go ahead, take a couple nice big deep breaths. If it feels right for you, close your eyes, or you can watch me because it feels like some signs are going to come through as well. Aya tokayo puku tukea haakani isi awa pua haatuni awa ua puku tuni a haakatani iki atateke awa ua puku a haasatani awa ua pua haakatani awa ua pua haatani awa ua puku tani iaki tatete awa puku tuaya. Oa putakea aya katani iki atake awa puku haatake awa ua puku ni awa. Ikaya wa puku a satani ia wa puku ata akatani wa ua haaka ya satateke kukutuke kutukurkarkarkarkarkar kutukurkurka kurkurkurkarkarkar kurukurkurkurkurkurkarkarkar kurututupakarkarada tutukupaya akaya ni iki sutakaya atani iki awa puku atatake wa oa pua haakatania ia kaya tani kia ia katani wa ai ketete teke upuku teke kar kuru papa kaya ia kaya tani kia wa uapu tani ia kaya wa uapu ha kaya sia tani wa uapu. All right, so it feels that there's an even deeper, bigger prayer coming through here as well. This one is centered around the ending in the cycles of completions of generational patterns as well as ancestral programming. These are old ways of being or old ways of thinking. This can be like the shadow that comes through genetic lineages that cause disease, personality disorders, family dysfunction, all sorts of things. But there's a big prayer coming in through the completion. It's like the buck stops here. It's not going any further. Not on my watch. It's ending. Absolutely ending. When I was in psychology, getting my degree there, I was taught that it takes 5 generations to break a pattern of abuse. And I know that with this work, with this energy work and how things move through in a different sort of way, that it allows for the quickening of healing to happen, and it allows for the quickening of those cycles and completions ending, and it allows for the quickening of just movement forward, progression in positivity, progression in a positive light, progression in a healthy light, and just being able to feel more joy, feel more expansion, feel more beauty, feel more bliss in life. All right, another set coming through. Itoko aya atani iawa haakatani iawa sutukupua haakatutike awaya atani ikiawa uapua haakatani iawa yawa puku atani awa uapuhu ukutani awa ayawa haakataya aya haakata aya haaka wapuku take awa haakaya atatike upuku take kagatukutuka Otakaya wa opo to kutikirkaya kutikirkire to kutikirkire to kutakaya wapo okoa opo to kaya wa ya aya kata tikaya tatakete to kutikirkire to kutikirkaya iya wa ya wapo akaya ni wa akaya wa huua. And yawns just bring more oxygen into the blood. Oftentimes it means the energy is moving and things are going well. So welcome yawns, welcome if your hands need to move, if you feel your eyes water, if you feel anything that goes on with your body when you feel or hear these codes, it's movement of energy. It's movement of energy that's moving through, and it's a really positive and beautiful thing. So just simply allow it to keep moving through. Got a lot of energy coming out, moving. Okay, we're just gonna stay here. I was gonna start to close it up, but it feels like there's a lot coming out, lot coming through. There's an energy here around forgiveness, forgiving yourself for not following through, forgiving yourself for the times where you started something and you didn't finish. We're looking at bringing those experiences, those memories, that energy up to the forefront of awareness, bringing that up into the present just right here. Bring those memories up. Look at them. See how easy it is to forgive yourself. All right, so one more prayer coming through these codes. This one's going to be a big one. So like I said, you can come back and listen to these codes as many times as you'd like. You can just rewind it on the video, go back. O satetike ko apotake wa iwapoa ayatani ikia. O hayatani iawapoko apoko apoko. Ayatani kiki awa aka kukateke awa o atateke tuku 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 tukar kurke o tuku tukirka o tukere ko tukur kurkuru kuru kuru kara kara kitike tuku 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 kuku kutu kuru kara kuru kuru tutu tuku tuku kuru tuku tuku kara kara kuru tutu 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 tutu. I'm hearing messages of like self-shame, shaming oneself for not following through on something, and so because there's a potential of not having followed through on something in the past, I see that it's actually a belief that has been created that keeps you from starting things in the future because of that self-doubt. We say no to that. We say no to that. You have a free pass to start as many things in this world as you want. Just keep trying it out. And forgiveness, honey, forgiveness. Otakaya wa puta kuta kere kuru kara 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 kuru kara kuru tutu tutu kapata kara kara kuru tutu pata kara kuru kutu kete kuru kara 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 tutu kapata kara kara ka. Otakaya uta kara kuru kuru tutu pata kara kara tutu tutu pata kuru 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 kara 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 kuru kuru kara kara kuru 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 tutu puku kuru kara wa. Ota kuru kuru kara kara kuru tutu tutu paya kata kuru kuru kara 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 tutu pata kara kuru tutu pata kara kara tutu tutu pata kara kara ka. Ota kara kara, ota kuru kara kuru, ota kuru 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 kara 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 kuru kuaya wa akatani wa oa satani kiki atata kara kuru kuru pata kara kara kuru tutu pata kara kara kuru pata kara kara kuru tutu kara kuru 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 kua oa akawa sukutu kini wa oa po kete te kete kete kuru atata kuru kara kara pata kara kara okua. O apo te kere kere ko te kutu kuru ko apo ko te kuru kere kata kere 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 te kuru kare kere kere ko te kere kere ko te kuru kuru kere ka o ha akare ni I awa putu ni I aka atu ko te kere ka ate kere kere ke awa a te kere kere awa o apo su te ke awa ha akate ni I. These codes are very strong today. I am definitely feeling it, and I have also been trying to kind of stop so I can translate into English, and it has just felt really important that the codes come through more than the explanation. So please just know that there are so many layers that are coming out and through as we're tuning into this together, and I'm just going to continue to sign here, and I'm just going to continue to speak the codes until we feel that we are at a state of completion. I'm not going to try to rush this one. It feels very important that we follow through. Look at that theme, actively participating. One of the things, okay, I've got one more prayer coming through, and then we'll talk about that part that's going to add what do we do now that all this energy is moving out. But we'll go into that in a minute. Oia haakaya wa o potake tuku 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 tukaya wa oa haaka. Sia tini I kikia wa akapua haaketini ia. Isiaka akapuku kutekea wa. Aya tani ikia wa oa haakawa satani I. Aya pukua, aya puku kuku kutekea wa o pukua. Ia ta te kea waia o po o ka ta kea te kea o po o ha akasa ka te kea ko o poa. O na kea aia tani I kia aia ko ka te a ani I kia aka suku te kea ha aka. O a puku uku te kea wa aka suku tupu uku a ha aka. Ia tani ia kia wa ha aka wa poa. So te kea wa o puku tani ia ha aka. O tani I kia o pukua haaka tani ia waho o pukua tani ia waha oko tani aia kia haakea tani ia kaya wa o pukua a tani ia waha akea tani ia wa o pupukua o pukua sa tani I kia kea wa o ho akea ia atuku ahoyo o utuko haaka itani ia wa haaka pua a tani ia wa. Oakua Ha'akaya. Whoo! Breathe, breathe, breathe. Remember to breathe. There really is a lot coming through here. There is also prayers coming up around creativity. That's why a lot is coming up through the throat chakra here. Having to do with creativity, and again, it's like starting new things, being willing to try again, being willing to be new at something, being willing to do something for the first time, saying hello to square one, just acknowledging that there's a movement, there's an opportunity for you to really show up for yourself, and that it is a very powerful experience. It is a very powerful expression as you move forward very easily through these gateways, and it's very, very gentle. We're going very, very gentle. I am going to recommend again that you do tune into this one as many times as you feel that you need. It's very important to the way that these light codes work is that the first time you hear them, it's almost like a layer comes off, and then it activates a part of your subconscious mind that remembers your own light language, that remembers this frequency that's coming through. That's why it sounds familiar. That's why it sounds captivating. That's why you want to hear more of it, is because it's reminding you of your soul roots, that place within you that is ancient. And so what happens, that first layer is like it communicates to the egoic mind, and then you listen to it again, and these codes can go deeper, and they go deeper, and they go deeper. And it's almost in the same way that, like, if you were to listen to a very complex talk, let's say you're listening to a podcast that goes way above your level of understanding of a certain topic, the first time you hear that, you're only going to get maybe 20 to 30% of it. The second time you hear it, you're going to hear parts of it that you didn't hear before. Ah, yay, Marcy. Marcy says, it feels like my light language is communicating back. Amazing experience, brought out new speak to me. Yay! Yes, a lot of people have been activated. We are activated by listening to others speaking these codes. It's really powerful. It's really beautiful. You can use these light codes for anything. So once it activates for you, you can use it to heal relationships. You can use it to heal the past. You can use it to create new projects. You can use it anytime I create a sales page. Sometimes even when I create a Facebook post, I just speak a light prayer into it as I post it. And I know that it's going to get into the hands of the people that are ready to see, hear, and experience this. So it's so beautiful. It's so, so, so powerful, and it's so simple. I've been a practicing professional psychic for about 10 years now. I've been teaching people how to develop their own psychic abilities now for the last 5 years. And just over a year and a quarter ago was when my light codes fully activated. They were there before, but they fully activated in March of 2020. And in all the modalities of healing that I've ever experienced and that I have ever used, and like I said, I've been on this path for about 10 years. I've been exploring sound healing, food changes, cleansing, fasting. Like I've done a gamut of a whole lot of things. And well, I guess there's two things that I notice make a big difference. When I spend less time on screens, but also the fastest way that I've seen to heal and the most effective, simple, and gentle is by tuning into light codes and the specific prayers that come through for them. You can see them scribed in art. I have several friends here on Bali who actually include light language into their art pieces. They're extraordinary. When you look at multidimensional art, by the way, there's a transmission. It's looking at memories of where it is that your soul has been that get activated, and that's why there's a pull, that's why there's a draw, that's why you get a little bit captivated more so than like, oh cool, look, a picture. It's like there's something that's there that is activating in you. Symbols are really powerful in this way. This is why even symbols can be used for control and manipulation. So we have to be careful. And like the dollar bill, and we're not going to get too far into all of this because I don't want to like go down on that tangent, but consistent symbols that you're seeing more and more and more and more and more often, it burns a space of familiarity in there. But symbols can be seated, meaning they can be living transmissions in the sense that they are transmitters. They have information that comes through these symbols, even just when you see them. Our universe is so complex, it's so beautiful, and it's really important to know how we're working and moving through this world. So when you put symbols up of peace, when you put symbols up of prosperity, when you put symbols up of kindness, when you put symbols up of love, when you put symbols up in your house, in your home, it's embedding your subconscious with this awareness. It's embedding your subconscious with these frequencies. It's a really powerful and beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. We can use so many different sort of ancient symbols, which I guess brings us right into what do we do now that all of this energy has been released, all this healing has been activated. And really, it's just simply allowing yourself to be present with what is and be very clear with what you're calling in. What is it that you would like? Would you like more love? Would you like more peace? Would you like more joy? Would you like more close friendships? Would you like, XYZ, fill in the blank? It's very, very, very beautiful that you're here and receiving this message. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to spend with me. I feel deeply honored and so grateful. I know there are 100 million other things that you could go do or videos that you could be watching, and I'm just so, so, so grateful that you're here with me tuning in. We are doing a Moon Club full moon live transmission. We're doing it here on YouTube. It is, the way that I like to do this is unlisted, and I'm just gonna, all cards out on the table, explain this to you a bit. I have had the experience of being shadow banned on different social media platforms, so I'm finding that it's very important to connect through email. So the live events for the Moon Club are, the link is sent through email. So there's a registration that's on my Instagram account, and I will put the link below for a Linktree and also the Moon Club live event registration. So when you do that, you get put into the email list that sends you the notification of this is the theme for the moon, and here's the link, and we're starting now. So if you would like to be included in that, there's no cost. It is completely by donation. Again, every time I try to charge for an entry level, I just feel so strongly that it needs to be by donation. So every single little bit helps. I am on a mission to start a global movement, or just amplify the movement that has already been moving. So every like, every comment, every share, all of these things, they mean so much, and they genuinely help. So thank you, thank you, thank you for your digital support in that way. I hope you find so much value in this. I hope these videos really help you remember who you are, the potency of your being, why you are here on this planet. And remember that in the Monad Society, we go so much deeper into these teachings and have live discussions and answer your questions and do readings, that sort of thing, in our group calls. So if you're interested in that as well, the link is in the description. We've got all sorts of beautiful opportunities, of course, for you to deepen this practice if and when you feel the timing is right for you. All right, my sweet love, let's go ahead and close out with a closing prayer. As we go forth, may we integrate the healing and the lessons received with courage, self-love, and compassion. Our session here today is complete. Thank you, thank you, thank you again. I am Sitara Faye. Thank you for spending your time here with me. I adore you, and I do hope to see you soon. All right, ciao, ciao.